Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Phillip Salem, who's my guest today. I'm very excited to have him on. He's a real estate agent with Compass in New York. He recently launched his own reality show, Asian Peas World, and I'm excited to talk about your business, Phillip, your fashion business, your real estate business, all of the things that you're doing. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I cannot be more excited to be here, and I appreciate you having me on this podcast and this show.
Yeah, thank you for being on. Let's dive right in.
Of course.
I want to talk about personal branding. You do a lot. You make a lot of content. You invest a lot in your digital presence.
Yes.
You have a lot going on. Tell us more about it. How is it important to you?
Oh my gosh. Do we have like 5 hours? I'm kidding. I'll keep it short. I think personal branding is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent, if you're a doctor, if you are an actor. It really helps build your brand. It helps people become aware of who you are as a person. I started doing so much branding, and it's so funny because the first thing I did when I moved to Compass, I was at a different real estate company before. The first thing I did was build a website, and I'm not just saying this to like plug Luxury Presence, but having that website as the first thing that people see if they don't even know you.
Yeah.
You know, to have that go-to page they can see about you, they can see your recent sales.
Yeah.
But it went beyond that. I was like, I need to create a show called 3 Things with Agent P. This is what I did about 2 years ago, right at the start of the pandemic. And I was like, I want to do 3 Things with Agent P, and it's going to showcase my favorite shopping destination because I love to shop. I love clothes. We'll get into that in a minute. And then my favorite restaurant destination. I love to eat. And then my favorite listing in the neighborhood. So I filmed a small TV show. It's about 2 minutes long, 3 Things with Agent P, that just goes throughout the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So it was just something different to, brand myself as, a human. Real estate is so transactional. And I want people that work with me know that I'm not just selling an apartment, I'm selling a full lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that show, helped to build that. I also did ads all down West Chelsea where I live. And all the ads were not your basic broker. So it was me in like high fashion outfits. One was a mesh black moment with like a yellow neon high-waisted pant with black patent leather boots with like a silk robe. The other one was a full pink latex moment and like this like pink sheer shirt. And then, it was just, because I'm not your basic broker and that's not who I am as a person. So having those ads down West Chelsea in a more art predominant neighborhood really branded myself as like, oh, I like this guy. He's cool. He's like me. I want to work with him. Yeah. And those ads worked. The TV show worked, and then most recently, I go on tangents, so sorry if I'm like talking too much.
Go ahead. Tell us more about, besides the real estate business, everything you're doing with the fashion business, and how did you get into that?
So I created this TV show called The Agent Peas World. Everybody kept saying, Phillip, you should be on reality TV. Mm-hmm. And I'm so thankful. I was on an episode of $1 Million Listing with Steve Gold. He invited me on because I was selling in the building that he had listings in. Yeah. And everyone was like, Phillip, you should have, be on the show or do this. And, I was like, you know what? I should. And I'm just going to do it myself because I like to make a way out of no way. If nobody approaches me or if people shut down my ideas, screw it. I'm going to do it myself. So I called a production company. We created this show called Agent Peas World, and they followed me around for about 45 days, and it was just my life. Yeah. We filmed probably 40 scenes total. Yeah. Me with clients, me closing deals, me volunteering at animal shelters, me creating my clothing line, me fighting with my husband. Like, it's the whole world. Yeah. And to me, that's such a good marketing tool. Yeah. Even if nobody watches it or it doesn't get picked up by a network, I don't care. I had so much fun doing it. It helps people who don't know me understand who I am as a person. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I like the way that he carries himself. I like that he lives in his true, authentic self. There are 30,000 real estate agents in New York. I don't know how many in LA. They're like, I want to work with him. Because I can see that he's a real person. Yeah, you're very authentic in your marketing. Yes. It's very easy to get to know you through your marketing. Thank you. How do you come up with creative ideas? What's your process? So it's funny. I feel like I've become more of my authentic self in the last 2 years during the pandemic. I'm going to like rewind a bit. Like 4 or 5 years ago when I first got my license, I was shopping for ties and suit jackets. And I was like, that's who I thought I had, or that's how I thought I had to present myself as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Because everybody that I saw that was successful was a suit and tie or, you know, a certain type of brand. And then over the last 2 years, I'm like, this is not me. I do not do suit and ties. I don't follow, you know, some type of like male agenda or female agenda. I want to follow my own rules. I want to follow Phillip's rules in Phillip's world. So I started just wearing whatever I wanted to showings, and I started not really giving a shit if people like me or don't like me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same person I am if you're seeing me at my birthday dinner or you're seeing me at a $16 million listing.
Yeah.
You know, and I noticed my business go up 500% from when I started caring to when I stopped.
Yeah.
I care about fashion. I care about how I present myself, and just being flamboyant and being outgoing and wearing what I want and being colorful, or some days not being so flamboyant, or just it's just how I feel as a person. That's how I'm going to present myself to my clients. And I feel like my clients, my true clients, they started realizing that and they appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's how I...
Yeah, that's so great. Do you have any advice for people out there who want to do that, who want to really show who they are as a person and maybe are hesitant to, or don't feel, you know, confident or comfortable to?
Of course. And it's so funny because there are even some days where I wake up and I'm like, should I wear this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm being insecure and I play a Mariah Carey song and I start dancing and I'm like, no, Phillip, like, this is who you are. You present yourself to the world how you want to present yourself. It's not for everybody. Some people truly like wearing suit and ties, and I love that for them.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. I run into some agents, I run into some clients, and they're like, Phillip, I would love to wear that. You know, and I said, so why don't you? And they're like, I'm scared to be, you know, not taken seriously. I'm like, why are you taken seriously? Like, I think I look good. Like, do you take me seriously? And they say, yeah. So it's so funny. It's sometimes hard to take, you know, your own advice. I'm going on a tangent, but my advice would be to literally think about who you are as a person, how you want to present yourself. And if going a more traditional route is your route, great. If you want to expand and test the waters and doing untraditional marketing, untraditional ensembles, untraditional outfits, untraditional way of talking to clients. Like, I talk to my clients very informally. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Like, even in emails, it's just how I am. I say moments all the time. I say tangents. I say all these like things that I do. And they're like, Phillip, why are you saying these things around like these high-end clients? I'm like, because it's who I am. Yeah. If they don't like it, then they don't have to work with me. Yeah. You know? I went on a major tangent right now, but the biggest advice is just listen to yourself, listen to your heart, and don't listen to what other people say.
And the right clients will find you.
The right clients will find you.
So I saw the first episode of your new YouTube show, and I saw you were selling Ariana Grande's apartment. And I know a lot of agents want to break into working with celebrity clientele.
Exactly.
Do you have any advice on how to do that?
It's so funny because so Ariana was the one that was selling the apartment. I represented the buyer. So I met my buyer on the street. Okay.
Wow.
She noticed one of my ads, Not Your Basic Broker ads, on the street, and she said, "Are you a real estate agent?" She's like, "I see your ads everywhere." You know, and I said, "Yeah, I am." You know, I'm walking my dog outside the street. She's like, "Oh, we're looking, you know, for, you know, $3 to $5 million apartment." Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, great, let's do it. $3 to $5 million, totally do it. The budget kept going up and up until, you know, she's like, we're not seeing things that meet my criteria. I filmed $1 Million Listing with Steve Gold because I brought other clients to the Zaha Hadid building, and I reached out to him. I said, hey, Steve, do you have any other listings in this building that might be off market? He said, actually, one is a Celebrity Clientele, and I'm happy to show your client if they sign this paperwork and do all this stuff. So I told my buyer, I said, hey, a very famous celebrity apartment's going on the market. Do you want to see it? And I said, you know, it's over your budget. And she's like, yeah, let's just see it. And then the next thing you know, we're in her apartment and we negotiate a deal. My client moves in and she's super happy.
That's amazing.
So to get to the real part of the question is, how do you break into the celebrity business? You never know who you're going to run into. Yeah. You never know who you're going to meet. Always be friendly to everybody. Yeah. It's so funny because some real estate agents and some, you know, any industry, people can have arrogant egos and, you know, they think that they're better than somebody because they're selling amount of money or they're making a certain amount of money. Not me, ever. Take my ego out of every situation. My father always told me, look at your shadow, be your shadow, look at who you are acting as a person, make sure you treat everybody the same way that you want to be treated. So I could have easily like just walked by this lady and been like, yeah, like, all right. She's like, you know, but, and who, you never know who you're going to meet. So that's the biggest advice. Do your marketing, be nice to people, and keep working.
And brand marketing works, clearly.
It does
Your
work.
ads led to this woman approaching you on the street.
Exactly.
And I always say great brand marketing, if you do it right, means you will have people approaching you and saying things like, I feel like I already know you before they ever meet you. She got a sense of who you are as a person because of your ads. So by the time she met you, she was, you know, ready to become a client. So it's amazing to see that it does in fact work.
And it's funny, like even on like when I post Instagram stories, and it's more about my daily life, and I sprinkle in real estate. I think real estate is a subliminal message. Like I'm Philip. I go to these restaurants. I volunteer at these dog shelters. I hang with my friends. I wear these ensembles. Like my half birthday party, my top clients came. My real birthday party, I have half birthday and full birthday parties. That's another note that we'll talk about later. But I wear crazy outfits because that's how I want. And people are DMing me like, Philip, you're wearing a sheer sparkle pant with your ass out, like, and your clients are, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, this is who I am. I'm having fun, you know. And they want to work with me still. And it's funny when when I meet new clients for the first time, they know so much about my life, but that's what I want it to be. I want them to know about me because that's why they chose to work with me. So any ad, you know, I have all these parties. I do mailers. I do my Agent P's World TV show. I do my 3 Things with Agent P TV show. I have my luxury presence website. The list is endless of marketing that I do, and I do it every month, every week, every day. You know, even if it's a slow month and I'm not selling real estate, I'm like, oh, I'm going to show people what I'm doing today with my dogs.
How do you stay consistent with the production of content, coming up with new ideas? How do you keep yourself
I love
schedule?
it. I love doing it. And I it's so funny. I take inspiration from my mom. My mom was a very, like, she would go to Chicago to meet her friend for dinner. Like, fly from Cleveland to Chicago, go to dinner, spend the night, and then come back the next day. Like, that's the kind of person she was. You never stop, and I'm that same kind of person. I like to continue going. So if you have passion in what you do, it just becomes natural. And I hate that saying, like, don't act, you know, like, find a job where it doesn't feel like you're working. Like, obviously there are days when I feel like I'm working, but ultimately in the end, when I see the finished product, whether it be me selling an apartment, me seeing the TV show that I created, me seeing the ad that I created, it makes me feel fulfilled, you know?
Do you have a team of people helping you with social media and your content? So
I do have an assistant. He's the best, Jim. I love Jim. Shout out to Jim. Thank you, Jim, for everything. And then I have 2 people that really that are with Compass. They're my Compass colleagues that help me with showings and help me with my listings. I don't really have a formal team. It's my assistant, Jim, me, and then my 2 colleagues that help me when I need the help. But I always say, you know, Compass's marketing team is amazing. They really help me with, like, bring my vision to life. And I have 2 things to say about that. Any idea that I have brought to them, like, hey, I want to wear a mesh shirt and neon yellow pants, literally full body out, because that's just what I want to do. It was 100 degrees that day. I want to be in a mesh shirt, you know, and that's what I wanted to present to the people that day. Or a pink, you know, patent pant and a 6-inch tall boot. That's what I wanted to do that day. And they're like, it was never a no. It was whatever you wanted to do, however you wanted to present yourself in marketing, that's what you wanted to do. And it's funny because I remember when I started my LP luxury presence website, I had so many ideas and you guys never said no. I'm like, I want to put this here, I want to put this picture here, I want to put my TV show on the front page, I want to put all these ideas, and it was always a yes, yes, yes. That's my mindset now. That's how it's been. It's always been a yes mindset.
I love that. Yes mindset. And I know our team loved working with you for that reason.
I loved that. And I still love working with them.
That's great to hear. It makes me very happy. And the website turned out great. Where can people go to check it out?
PhilipOwenSalem.com or AgentPNYC.com.
Awesome. What about social media?
Social media at Phillip Owen Salem on Instagram. And I just joined TikTok. I'm trying to stay young, people. I'm trying to stay young.
Oh, you're on TikTok now? Okay.
So I joined, and I'm posting snippets of my episode.
Yeah.
Which are good, like some of the funny snippets. So I post them on there. But I'm really bad at TikTok. But I'm trying to get better.
Trying to learn. I think we all are. How is it going so far on TikTok? Are you getting good engagement?
I think I am. Yeah. I mean, I posted some clips from the show, and I'm not as persistent on TikTok as I am on Instagram, but that's okay. I'll learn.
Yeah. What do you envision this all becoming, say, 5 or 10 years from now? What does your empire look like?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question. It's so funny. I'm working on short-term goals right now. Mm-hmm. So my short-term goal is I'm in LA with you right now. I'm a New York City real estate agent, but I'm in LA because I'm getting my California real estate license. I take my test at the end of this month. I've always wanted to be bicoastal. Yeah. So people are like, how can you be bicoastal if the majority of your business is in New York? I'm doing the same exact marketing that I'm doing in New York that I'm now doing in LA. Yeah. I'm having a huge party in a week to take care of my clients out here. I'm going to have marketing down Sunset. I'm going to have my TV show filmed and produced here. I'm going to do 3 things with Agent P out here in LA. So my mind doesn't stop, and I won't stop because that's my goal, is to be bicoastal. And I refuse to let anybody stop me from doing it. So that's my goal 1. My goal 2 is I eventually hope to expand my team. I can't be running around forever. Yeah. Showing people apartments and depending on 2 people. My business is going to grow, so I will need a bigger team to help support that. But I do, and I don't want this to come off the weird way, but I don't work with people that have like a mean energy towards me. So I really pick and choose my clients. Yeah. If I get a bad energy from somebody, I'm not going to work with them. I'll refer them to somebody else. So yeah. I kind of like working, like having a small, like little team. Anyways, what else are my goals? My fashion business to grow and expand, and my TV show to hopefully get picked up by Netflix.
Yeah. Amazing. Fingers crossed. I'm rooting for you. Crossed. I hope that happens.
But if it doesn't,
I'll watch.
But if
sure.
it doesn't, I'm so happy producing my own thing. It's so funny. I'm huge into music. Yeah. And tell me if I'm talking too much. But I'm huge into music, and all of my singers that I love, they self-produce their albums, and they are better than when they are produced by a record company. Mm-hmm. So it's funny, like I did this TV show with that mindset. I'm producing my own TV show. It's my rules, it's my production, and I'm not editing things that I don't want seen. Like there are fights with my husband. There are things that are crazy that are happening, and I'm just gonna film it. If I even watch it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm cringing because I'm like, oh my God, is this how I really act? Yeah. But it is, and I'll learn from it, and if a big TV production wants to pick it up, great. If not, I had a great time doing it, and I will continue having a great time doing it.
Yeah, I love that. Switching gears a little bit, luxury is changing, seemingly.
Oh my gosh, so much.
And I'd love to hear your perspective on where's it going, what does it look like now, what are some of the trends that you're excited about?
I'm going to piggyback off that question as well, and I think people are constantly saying, real estate agents, especially in the luxury market or non-luxury market, they're going to be obsolete in 10 years. Everything's going to be automated. Everything's going to be through a computer. That is the complete opposite. I think that the human is going to be actually more important than ever before. Yeah. We are a service-based industry. Yeah. People want to work with service. Is what we do rocket science? Absolutely not. But people want to work with people that have a human presence and a customer service relationship. So I think in the future, it's going to be more digital. Like Compass has an amazing app where we can share listings with our clients. Everything is on an app. Everything is communicated on the app. Video platform where clients can see things before they even step foot in the apartment to make sure it's worth stepping foot into. I think it's going to be a very time-saving tool for clients and agents. And I truly think that the agent is still going to be such a vital role in real estate. Yeah. And sometimes you can't explain it. You just know. Like, I see people, like I was at Pavilions at the grocery store. People don't even know how to check out, like, in a self-checkout. Like, imagine going through a whole real estate transaction on your own.
Yeah.
It will fall apart.
Yeah.
You know, real estate agents save deals.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is.
Yeah, it's an intimidating process. And for most people, it's one of the most important decisions they make in their life financially.
And that's the thing. Like, it is, would you trust a robot or somebody with the biggest asset of your life, millions and millions of dollars, you know, to save a deal? That's what we do.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And a lot of things people don't see what real estate agents do behind the scenes. They see the TV show. They see they even see me walking into the Zaha ID with this client. They didn't see all the back work and hours and months and years of work it took for me to get that client and to be talented in my field. And
that's great advice.
You
and
know?
on that note, we'll end here, but this has been a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much for joining me.
I appreciate you and listening to all my tangents. So thank you for that.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.